just so you know, I am the MC/Plankton. Now let's get to the actual mod. It was a late afternoon in the literature club. Micah finished filling in some documents for his student council. Yuri and Natsuki have packed up their things and left together. Meanwhile, Sayori just finished up cleaning the club room when Micah called out to her. Come on, Sayori. Slow some time. I got some Smash to play tonight. Ooh! Who are you playing Smash Bros with, Micah? I'm going to Eric's house to play in Best of 10. Oh! Eric? But Micah, Eric is your arch nemesis. He's been trying to destroy the literature club's reputation, even yours, for a long time. Why do you want to play Smash Bros with him? Between you and me, Eric is the worst Smash Bros player in the world. Why I've been taking him to the cleaners every Friday night for the last 6 months. I never lose. The two of them exited school, both laughing off and walking off their separate ways. Then the scene cuts to the same part, only Micah is crying and slowly walking to the club. She leans against the lockers nearby, and she can hear Sayori screaming happily down the hallway. Taking them to the cleaners, that's a hot one. Hey Micah, how'd the games go last night? I lost. My god, did you bet with him? How much did you lose? I didn't lose any money. Don't tell me we lost the literature club. I lost. Sayori grabs her. Micah, please tell me we didn't lose the literature club's secret formula. I lost. You. I buried club spot and I lost. Sayori stands blinking at Micah and laughs. Good one, Micah. Well, I gotta go inside now. There's some Sayori tries to enter, but Micah puts a stop to that. I'm afraid you don't belong here anymore. Suddenly, Natsuki approaches them, coming from inside the club room. Please tell me this isn't a joke. Go on, Micah. Tell her about your cruel, sick joke. That moment, Eric walks over to them. As much as I love cruel, sick jokes, I'm afraid she's not joking. Eric points to Sayori. You belong to me now, Sayori. Time to be our vice president. Eric whips out a black cap with the initials AC on it. Time to put on the official anime club cap. Much towards Sayori and tries to rip off and tap on the head. However, he fails as Sayori screams and runs to Micah, shoving him in the process. She dead tightly hugs Blazer. But Monica, I don't want to be there. I want to be you in the literature club. Micah and Sayori are crying on each other's shoulders when Natsuki tries to comfort them. I'm sorry, Sayori. It's all my fault. Eric got up at that moment, staring at them. Except pretending to sound sad. What kind of cold, heartless person would break apart such a loving relationship? Eric then pulls out a crowbar. I would. I then tried to separate both of them. Oh no, you don't! Eric hits Natsuki's face hard, knocking her out. Natsuki! they attend to her, grab her, and restaurant, club room, stores. Well, take advantage of the distraction, Eric gets the crowbar and brings Sayori to him. And he finally succeeds, catching Sayori by the neck. He snatched Monica's bow, playing at her as well. Sayori, Monica! Sayori stands into a cage that just appeared out of nowhere, and Monica's blow flies off her. Eric walks over and shuts the door. Curious look on her face, he addresses Monica. This is your greatest blunder, Monica. For 6 months, I've been throwing those games, just waiting for you to slip up. I may not have closed your precious larger club, but I've got the equally precious. The one that holds it together. I'm gonna force the club's closure. A propeller suddenly emerges from the cage, bewildering both Sayori and Monica. Hey, how was this fit? The propeller spins and pilots Sayori to the anime club. Monica! Sayori! So he sobs. He's so Sayori taken away, and Natsuki's still knocked out. Can I have my bow back? I throw it at her face. The cage carrying Sayori is hovering over a spotlight and drops her into it. Ow, what is this place? The golem's lights turn on. Sayori looks around the new club room with a frenzied look blasted on her face. At that moment, Eric opens the door. Okay, I'm ready to watch the main way from the new vice president. Some cookies. Actually, Mr. Eric, I can't, perhaps you don't understand. Your anime club's vice president now. As a new president, I assume planned you to start assuming your role this instant. Were we forced to remove your brain and plant it in that robot over there? The college top of stars, a robot resembling Sarah can be seen standing still. So get started. Eric leaves the club room to fetch Mame brought from his locker. Sayori is standing bookshelf and knows a familiar looking manga. Parfait Girls Volume 7. I was about to read this for Natsuki. Poor Natsuki. I'm really worried about her after that hit. Mike best take care of her though. Monica. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Yuri at all. Does she know about this? She must be. She picks up a dusted semi-torn manga, but throws away after what he sees on the cover page. Ah! Or covering from a predicament, he sees an illuminated sign above the blackboard reading Anime Club. This sign says Anime Club, but my heart says jail. To the windows, getting ready to sing something, thinking over the Lord Club's doors. A club room is a club room, no matter where you go. A poem is a poem, that's what I say. A pen is a pen, this is surely so. And words should be words either way. But this club is not a home, It's not the club room I know. I will trade it all away if you come back to stay. This club room's not the same without you. Just an English place without you. Oh. Meanwhile, Eric witnesses Sayori is actually very great for my performances outside the club room. What is she doing? All these tears and the show tunes. Why isn't she watching an anime or reading manga or forget it. I'm going with plan B. Plug your brain in the robot. Suddenly, a curious-looking student passes behind him. What are you doing here? It doesn't matter what I'm doing here. What matters is that you know that never works. The answer is obvious. To get to Sayori, you must show her compassion and understanding. Then she'll do whatever you want. Will you be quiet? I'm trying to think of a plan over here. I've got it. To get to Sayori, show her compassion and understanding. Then she'll do what I want. You're hopeless. After showing off to her, Eric enters the club room. Yuri, completely unsurprised by that, starts to leave, smiling to herself. You may have taken Sayori away from us and altered the balance. But we'll see if you're gonna survive for much longer, my dear. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Who am I talking to? Sayori is going through another box of manga. This time the covers seem to be on the darker side. That red eye looks so menacing. Hey. I'm sorry, Eric. I tried my best. I cannot read or watch the stuff you have. I cannot get used to being a vice president in this kind of club. I can't do it. Please don't take my brain out. Hold it. Ace Attorney reference. Sayori. I'm capable of compassion and understanding. Really? Then I'd like to go back to the literature club. Let's not get carried away. Now, what can I do to make you more comfortable here at the anime club? Well, I usually do my stuff on a certain poem desk. A poem desk? I don't know what the hell that is, but you got it. Eric left the club room to search for a poem desk. 2 hours later, Sarah's waiting patiently for Eric to bring the poem desk and suddenly... She turns around to see weary Eric bringing a desk full of scribblings into the anime club. Well, it wasn't easy, but here it is, one old poem desk. How about we try it out? Since I'm used to facing the desk straight that way. She points out in a specific direction near the notice board. Say no more, take care of everything. Where's his desk near the board? How about here? A little more to the left. Let's push a little further from the board now. How's this, Sayori? Move it over there a little more. Push the desk near the club room doors. I'm not doing the noises anymore. Here. Keep going. It's not pushing middle of the club room. Here. Almost. That's it, just a little more. Perfect, right there. Eric has a furious look, realizing he placed it right where it all started. I don't know, it still doesn't feel right. Several days later. Eric is blindfolded to Sayori to surprise with a new plan taking her to an anime club. Just 3 more steps, Sayori. Okay, go ahead, take it off. It's an exact replica of the Literature Club. I can't do gasps, says Sayori. It is an exact replica. Here's the teacher's desk. The closet. The slippery floors. And that thing. Okay, Maka, it's time to start some activity. Oh, Monica. Don't cry, Sayori. I'll show you this is much better here being with me. Is there anything that professional pinhead Maka won't let you have? No, but there's one thing I've always wanted. Sayori asked for some fancy vibrating shoes she had her eyes on for a long time. Eric responded rather quickly and bought them for her. Wow! So now do you have everything to start some activities? Well... Secret's long read some stories eating a cookie while I saw her back, when he told her he's been pushing it, and other stuff, while Eric is just trying to get him to do a club activity or something. Eventually, Sayori got tired and decided to rest for a bit on a comfy chair that Eric got near the closet. He thought it would be a nice idea to read some manga beside her, so he fetched the nearest one and started reading. Even if my feelings are unrequited, his snoring and drooling, however, interrupted the reading section. Eric pulls out a lead pipe, but then soon he calms himself down. Steady, Eric. We don't want another pink eye situation. This is all gonna pay off. He throws away the lead pipe, and the thud wakes Sayori up. Hey there, sleepyhead. What do you say? Oh, this preparation is making me hungry. Me too. You know what would really hit the spot? Why don't you get that pinhead, Natsuki and finally watch some anime? So she can make some cupcakes. I'm kinda in the mood for tacos. Plus, I don't want to watch anime right now. Good one, Sayori, but really, why don't you go ahead and grab us some? One Piece can't wait for long. Nah, I don't really feel like it. Eric is trying to process the situation. Sayori drinks some apple juice he got from the vending machine. But I don't understand. You have the poem desk, and the room, and the comfy chair. I rubbed your putrid feet. Tell you what, Dee, why don't you ask me later? Eric gets furious and starts to growl at her. I'm not gonna do that noise. I command you to get some cupcakes and watch One Piece this instant. No. Don't backsass me. Put that in my... What? That's it, miss. You just lost your brain privileges. Eric sued to remove the brain from Sayori and selects
Successfully places on the robot. Finished! Sayori, come in here. And he presses the robot and he presses the button and the robot listens to command. Why am I messing up this whole time? Should I say Robo Yuri Sayo Robot Sayo Bot? I put the brain in the robot, you know. After running his fourth wall break monologue, he focuses his attention to Robot Sayori. He shows been a spoiled brat. You see, I always get what I want. I want you to assume your role as vice president and let's go watch an anime. Dude. Response, why don't you ask me later? What? Get welded. Eric presses the button desperately to try and get control of the robot without any luck. Wait, I command you to watch an anime. And ignoring his orders, proceeds to leave him and read some poetry. I don't want to. Well, little girl, this seems like our final chapter. Without Sayori, the club can't function properly. I couldn't even stop another argument between Natsuki and... What? While reflecting, Natsuki prods Eric coming to her, looking down crying uncontrollably. I can't take it anymore. You gotta take that coral pink nightmare back. It's not worth it. I'm better off closing your club fair and square. Hearing his outcries, Monica is hopeful that the club might not close down after all. She grabs a sign and hides behind her back and decides to play along. Well, a deal's a deal, Eric. She's your headache now. Eric sinks lower. Oh, please have mercy, Monica. I'll do anything. I beg of you. Monica ponders on Eric's pleads for Lil. How about you give me those rare free volumes you have, as well as the Russian copy of Portrait of Markov, and I'll take her off your hands. What? No, what? Alright. It's a deal. Cheat anyway. Oh, of course you did. Now be gone with you, Cloud Digger. Let's leave, clearly embarrassed. Thank you! After hearing that he left the place, never to be seen again that day. Marco is standing in the middle of the corridor triumphantly, feeling joyous and relieved for Sarah's return. It's the club meeting the next day. Gary is the first to arrive and proceeds to go to her usual spot. Oh? To her surprise, she sees the Russian copy of Portrait of Markov and he sat down to read it with a huge smile on her face. A few moments later, Natsuki enters the club room. Hey, Yuri. Hey. Yuri look over to see her and they exchange intense looks after a little conversation. Without saying a word, Natsuki went to the closet and Yuri continued her reading. In the closet, Natsuki discovered the rare Parfait Girls volumes from one of the shelves. Immediately went to inspect them. After confirming the real deal, she swore to herself to protect them at all costs. Sometime later, Monica entered the club room, followed by Sayori. My brain and I are glad to be back, Monica. I'm glad to have you back, Zero. Let's get back to the club activities. Club rush is coming. I don't feel like it.
Why don't you ask me later, Manny?
Micah looks at her, slightly annoyed that Micah laughs at her tricking.
I'm going. I'll write the best poem ever, you bet. That's what I thought you said. But before that, Yuri, Natsuki, come over here, please.
Talking to Natsuki's strong movement. Helps Sayori. Micah was able to resolve the situation as they reconcile. The club meeting went exceptionally well, and the larger club's closure was prevented. It's a tongue twister. Eric didn't bother Micah after that incident, but didn't back down from his mission. The girls will be ready for anything, though. No one will stop their club from existing. Why does that sound weird?
And I just noticed I spent hours doing this voiceover. Well, since the mod is over, also just a little warning for you if you haven't played some mods before. Do not play Doki Doki Pink Eyes. You will get scarred if you love Natsuki.